Hello, everybody. This is the Chocolate News Podcast. I'm your co host, John Alexander Reese.
And I'm your co-host, Andria Carter.
And if you did not know, the Cincinnati Herald has been around since 1955 and is the leading African American owned newspaper in the greater Cincinnati area and northern Kentucky area. And we also have some guests with us. We have our intern, Marisa Kelly. How's it going, Marisa?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And we also have a very special guest with us. We have actor, producer, director Jay Reeves with us. How's it going, Jay?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So, Andrea, how's it going? You doing okay?
I'm doing fine. I don't like the rain, but it's not snow, so I am not complaining. We're out of the Arctic air. We're into this warmer weather, though the fog, you can just, get rid of the fog. But overall, I'm doing fantastic this week. And it's been an interesting news week in many, many different ways. A lot's going on. But I guess I want to start my chocolate news segment off with a couple of congratulations. The first off, today in Cincinnati, the James Beard Award semifinalists were announced. And I just want to, say congratulations to Jeffrey Harris of NOLA Kitchens, located in OTR. He is the finalist for the Midwest category for Best New Restaurant. Salazar's Mitas is the finalist for the National Outstanding Restaurant Award. And then Elaine Bentz is the finalist for the Outstanding Pastry Chef and Bakery category, which is another national award. So congratulations to them. And then we have another restaurant, which is not only women owned, but also the co-founder is Black, who is the key person behind the scenes working on their barbecue and how the process and getting the food out and the business operating, things like that. And they are part of the startup docuseries that is seen on PBS. So in February, we'll get to see the story about Sweet Meats and Barbecue, how they came about, how they got started from a tent. Then they got a storefront, then they bought a food truck, then they bought another food truck, and how now they're just, just ripping and running, and people are loving their barbecue. So I just want to say congratulations to both of them on the national attention. And I hope we can get out there. I got to try some barbecue and then go try all the different restaurants that are out there because they've been on my bucket list. I just haven't gotten there yet, but I need to get there. So I'll be doing that. So congratulations. Next up, a sad note. It's always hurtful when you hear of a number of people dying. There are a number of notable people who died over the weekend, but Dexter King died of prostate cancer.
So sad.
It is so sad. He looked just like his daddy too. And for many people who may not know who Dexter King is, he was the youngest son of Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. He was instrumental in running the foundation for the longest time. And he had a valiant battle fighting breast cancer, but he finally transitioned in his sleep at his home in Malibu, which is kind of sad. I think he had a daughter, a young daughter, and a new wife. And it's just kind of sad. The King family has another loss. So, but they, all try to uphold the ideals and the mission of their father. So my heart goes out to them and wish them well. And hopefully everyone will just keep them in their prayers as they struggle through this latest loss. It was not a loss. Depends on how you look at it. Trump won the New Hampshire primary.
I'm not surprised, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. It was interesting. He seized command of the race. He, just Nikki Haley came and she did not do bad. She didn't win, but she didn't do bad. And actually, in listening to the pundits break down the race, Trump has the hardcore folks, hardcore Republican folks. But it's very interesting is that he's losing the independent and the younger Republican votes. And which is very interesting because a lot of them are saying, hey, he's not going to get it. He's not it. They're going to vote for Joe Biden, possibly. But what also is interesting in New Hampshire, Joe Biden was not on the ballot in New Hampshire. He was an unofficial candidate for the New Hampshire primary. Philip Dean and Martha Williamson, I believe.
Marianne Williamson.
I keep changing her name. I swear to God. She looks like a Martha to me. Marianne Williamson, they were legitimately on the ballot. Biden, there was a writing campaign for Joe Biden, and Joe Biden won the primary.
Of course.
The first time in a long time that someone, a writing candidate, has won a New Hampshire primary. So it looks like the national matchup is going to be the what was in 2016. I'm sorry, 2020, Joe Biden and Trump. It looks like. Now, then again, everyone's saying that Nikki Haley should drop out now. And she's like, no, 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 I'm going to do South Carolina first, though I don't think she's going to win her own state. But, she's going to hang on because she represents the people who are disgruntled with Trump. And that might be a good thing or a bad thing. So we'll have to see. And so 45 won the primary. We're marching on to the next steps. Super Tuesday is March 16th. Ohio is in Super Tuesday. So we'll be hearing more about that primary coming up, and we'll keep everyone up to date on that. That being said, I'm going on to the Australia Open. There have been a number of athletes, black tennis athletes, have been playing in the Australian Open. Some of them have done well, some of them have not. Coco has made it to the semifinalists for the first time. She plays actually on Thursday, technically 3:30 in the morning because Australian time is way ahead of us.
Yeah.
But if it looks like she might win this match and move on to the national finals. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for Coco. She's starting out 2024 just winning. So she has an awesome attitude. She's very confident. She got rid of that one coach that was saying some stuff last year that she got rid of him. And so I think she's in a good spot. She's doing well. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We're going to be rooting for her. Then a little tragedy in the area. Well, it was in Covington. Yesterday, two 14-year-olds were shot. The result of an incident that occurred in their school in Covington. And a 17-year-old suspect has been identified and arrested. They have not identified the suspect yet because he is underage. But I was at a meeting yesterday, a safety meeting, and the coach of a local basketball team was upset, and he let us know that the young man in question might be his star basketball player. So yes, he didn't tell us his name, but he's very upset because the guy had been in trouble. He gave him a second chance. The guy was turning his life around, and he doesn't know what happened. He still has to hear the story behind the incident. But this young man was turning his life around. He was fine. He was working his way to a positive. In fact, he was on track to go to college. He was being seen by the scouts, the college scouts were looking at this young man, and they may not be looking anymore.
That's sad.
Which is so sad. And what's also tragic is that this is the second shooting in the week for Covington because a 2-year-old got shot, I believe on Monday. In another separate incident as well. And Cincinnati's been a little quiet, knock on wood, been a little quiet gun violence wise, but Covington has picked up where Cincinnati has dropped off. So I don't know what's going on in the area. I don't know why people need guns, why they're using guns. Guns don't solve situations. It's just a sad situation overall. But I would just ask everyone to think positive thoughts for this young man. And hopefully, despite this incident, he can turn his life around down the road and see what happens.
Yeah, let's hope. That's it's really sad. Really,
It's
really sad.
it's very, very sad, but which is unfortunate. I would say the last thing, well, the last two things that we're going to talk about. One is the Oscars.
Yeah. All right,
Uh,
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I mean, I was surprised by the Oscars. I was surprised. I mean, there were well, you know more than I do. You're I have not seen a couple of the movies that have been nominated, but what is your pick for who's going to win?
Um, Seeing the trends so far, like the Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards, and seeing the nominations for the SAG, right now, I'm saying Oppenheimer because that got 13 nominations, and that's including like Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. So you know what? It's like I think Oppenheimer has it, all wrapped up because, it's like it's looking pretty good so far. From what I've seen. Poor Things got 11 nominations. I haven't seen Poor Things yet, although I heard it's kind of let's say it's kind of out there.
I thought it was campy. I thought it was a campy movie. I didn't think it was Oscar worthy from what I
Yeah,
saw for the trailers. But then again, I've heard about individual actors in Poor Things.
right.
Really, really good. I mean, Oppenheimer for what it is. I've seen the trailers. I've seen a couple of clips. It's on my movie list to go see. But you know, they're I haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon either yet, even though I know about that situation. But there's been some talk in the community about that movie, about what people do to folks who have land wealth and they go in, marry, and get ready and take it over. But
Yeah.
others, you know, it's a thing that
Yeah.
people shouldn't discount because this does happen, and it doesn't just happen here; it happens in Europe too.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
and which is kind of sad. But I mean, I think of the movies that have been nominated for Best Picture, I need to see American Fiction,
Yeah, me too.
Anatomy of a Fall. I don't remember that.
It's a French movie.
No wonder. Okay. I'm not gonna see Barbie. I'm just not.
You didn't see Barbie?
It's
No?
Barbie. It's
Well,
Barbie.
I mean, a few years back when they announced a Barbie movie, I would have been right with you. But after seeing Barbie, it's a lot deeper than it originally even than you originally think. I would definitely give that a whirl because it's a really deep movie. It's actually better than it has any right being. So I would definitely check it out though. It's on Max right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
I agree. I went into that movie thinking it was gonna be like some silly little thing, and it wound up being like I went with my mom. So by the end of it, we were kind of like tearing up, you know.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so I had expected, Barbenheimer to be like the ones winning
Oh
and
yeah.
like, being nominated. So I was a little shocked when I saw that Barbie wasn't getting like all of the nominations because it was like kind of going crazy all over TikTok over the summer.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Well,
a it was like a
Yeah.
silly little trend to like have like an outfit for both movies. So people would like dress up for Oppenheimer and then they would like change outfits and be in all pink for Barbie like right afterwards.
oh my God.
But
Okay. Well,
oh go ahead.
I will venture in based on your both recommendations. I will let my eyeballs venture forth and take a look at that movie. The Holdovers I heard about. Paul Giamatti is supposed to be fantastic in this.
Yes.
But the woman who plays the teacher is supposed to
Yes.
be fantastic as well.
Oh yeah, she's the front runner actually for Best Supporting Actress. So, and that's Divine Joy Randolph. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
An up and comer. Then I heard about Maestro. I need to see Maestro.
Oh yeah, it's Bradley Cooper. Of course you gotta see it.
It's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, he acted, wrote it, and directed it. So, that's his he's trying to get that Oscar. I don't think it's gonna
Well,
happen this time, but he's
well,
trying.
but he has done Oscar-worthy performances before that have not been recognized.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, but I'm not surprised.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Past lives, I don't remember past lives.
Yeah,
Um,
that's another foreign movie, I think. I heard it has some great performances, but it only got like 2 nominations, so it's a
and
shame.
the zone of interest.
That movie came out of nowhere because look, I follow the awards circuits and I heard rumblings,
Okay.
but I didn't think it would get like the attention it did because it got 5 nominations, and that was including like Best Director and Best Picture. So that movie literally came out of nowhere. So I'm definitely have to check it out if I can.
And Origins was denied.
It was
Um,
that's sad, but it's like, it's you gotta have that money with the amount of awards campaign.
no, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And then I would just say that the best actress, the healthy Emma Stone, Annette Bening, Lily Gladstone, those are worthy actresses for competing for that for that award. And then the surprise for me anyway,
Yeah.
Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction.
Oh
That
yeah.
came out of the blue.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Definitely.
but Sterling K. Brown, he's been maturing and marinating and doing some well Oscar worthy stuff or award winning stuff for a while.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but I mean, because he's up against Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh yeah.
Mark Ruffalo, and then there's Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Um, I'm sorry, it
I,
just hurts me. Anyway,
well, just real quick to circle back to Barbie. I have to say, I do not think. Well, I'm sorry. I gotta say, I can't believe Greta Gerwig, who directed Barbie, got snubbed for Best Director. I think that's a shame. It really is because and Margot Robbie got snubbed for Best Actress too. And it kind of like defeats the whole point of Barbie and the message they were trying to say because Ryan Gosling got the only acting performance for that. And don't get me wrong, Ryan Gosling was very good in that movie, but to not have the best director and best actress, it kind of like defeats the whole point of Barbie, and it's like kind of like I don't know, I just find it really ironic.
Yeah. Like he even said like there's no Ken without Barbie. Like
Exactly.
yeah, I mean it's unreal, but I mean and then if you look at the Best Supporting Actress category, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. It's gonna be interesting to hear what she has to say when she does the circuits
Oh
about it.
yeah. But real quick on Best Supporting Actress, America Ferrera got nominated for Barbie, which
That
nobody saw coming.
no,
Nobody. It's but she delivers that great monologue in the movie. And it's probably one of the greatest monologues I've ever heard in film.
oh,
hmm
It really
that's a
is.
tearjerker.
is it on YouTube? Because I'll go look on
Yes,
YouTube.
I'm sure it's on YouTube. Just type in like Barbie monologue or America Ferrera monologue,
But at
whatever.
beginning, but if you look at who's up for Best Supporting Actress, Emily Blunt, Daniel Brooks,
Yeah.
America Ferrera, Jodie Foster.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who won some time ago as a kid,
Yeah.
but and Divine Joy Randolph. I mean, that's a tough competition.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
very tough. Yeah,
It, it,
it could go either way. You never know.
you just never know. I mean,
Yeah.
they've put some healthy folks in there, and I think what is interesting, again, the movies for Best Picture are up for adapted screenplay, original screenplay, and I think it's going to be a very interesting night
Oh yeah,
to
definitely.
see what happens and see who wins, who doesn't win, things like that. And so I'm looking forward to the Oscars,
Yeah,
and
me too.
I'm just but also with Emily Blunt, she's married to
John Krasinski. I'm sorry, John Krasinski.
right, I can never pronounce his name because I've been seeing trailers for his new movie coming out.
Oh
If
yeah, he is. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, and it's Ryan Reynolds. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. So, but it's very interesting what the movie is about because he has a weird mind and how she's so straight laced and she married him. And and I've seen interviews with him where he talks about where he was going through customs one time, and the guy was like, "What are you doing here? How come you're coming?" He said, "Yeah, I'm married to Emily Blunt." He's like, You got married to her?" He couldn't believe it. So, I mean, it's interesting, the combination, but anyway. So I'm looking forward to the Oscars.
Yeah.
And that is all the chocolate news for right now.
Oh, wait, there's one more thing, Andrea.
Oh, I'm
Cincinnati
sorry.
Chili Week. Can't forget about Cincinnati Chili.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. It is, I think we've never had Cincinnati Chili Week, have we?
No, this is the inaugural one.
Oh,
The first
oh,
one, which I'm actually surprised because you think they would have one because we have like Burger Week, we've had Taco Week, but I'm really surprised that we haven't had Cincinnati Chili Week since that's one of the things Cincinnati is known for.
yeah, but I mean, think about, okay, I had to stop and think of say, like, where are the chili locations outside of Gold Star and Skyline?
Yeah,
What's
true.
there? But you got Blue Ass Chili, Camp
Yeah,
Washington Chili,
yeah,
Dixie Chili,
yeah,
Grub Local. You got Price Hill Chili on the
yeah.
west side, Lucius Q, Sammy's Crafts Burgers and Beer, the Chili Hut. Those are just a few of the locations of where you can go get your
Right.
chili. And it's just interesting because everyone laughs at Cincinnati chili all the time.
Oh yeah,
Um,
because it's basically meat sauce.
yeah, but it depends on who makes it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
and because I've been in chili competitions where I've made up my own version of Cincinnati chili and have won. So it's just a lot of people don't like the idea of chocolate in chili. And I'm like, but Mexicans do it all the time, with the spices and everything else. And even when you go to a barbecue competition, they got chili on the side. You should see the different combinations of Texas chili. Oh my God. Anyway, so this is going to be interesting and exciting. Cincinnati Chili Week is going to be, when is the date again?
I
Um,
believe I'm sorry. I believe Cincinnati Chili Week is going to be from, let me check. Yeah,
oh,
February 19th through the 25th.
right. And so that's a nice, you know what? That's right before Lent or right at Lent.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Luckily, I am not giving up chili for Lent. So yay. So
Yeah, yeah. But let me ask you real quick. Andrea, what's your favorite chili place?
Skyline.
Skyline? How
Well,
oh,
number one is Skyline. That's my go-to.
okay.
And then if I was going to say I've eaten at several different chili places, and if I was going to say Skyline, it would be the Skyline that's located off Clifton Avenue. That is my
Mm,
favorite. Um,
yes. Yes,
because
I
they're
know what you're
urban
talking
leaning,
about.
right?
Yeah.
And then I have also eaten at the Price Hill Chili. They have a
Yes.
good version of chili, and then Camp Washington Chili is awesome as well.
Mm,
Um, and everyone else just has to play catch up. So
gotcha. Marissa, real quick. Are you into Cincinnati chili or are you just meh towards it?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of like the odd one out in my family. I do kind of like the chili. My brother and I, we both like Skyline. But
Gotcha.
my parents are from an area where they have something different, but also kind of similar. They're called Michigans, but it's in New York, so it's a whole thing.
Gotcha.
oh,
Gotcha.
okay, okay.
Gotcha. Well, I will be forever Camp Washington chili.
You can't go wrong with Camp Washington now. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. No, you can't.
it's Camp Washington. They have been around for a long time for a reason. So I mean, but there have been chili spots all over OTR, West End, all up on the east side, west side. Wherever you go in any neighborhood, there was a chili place or a chili location. So I think it's just sort of like consolidated over time.
Mm,
But and you've made something when you appear in cookbooks. So
yeah.
Cincinnati chili has appeared in several different cookbooks. So
Gotcha.
that's a good thing. But
Okay. All
that
right.
is all the well, then now that is all the chocolate news for today.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks, Andrea. And now we're going to move on to the second half of our show, and that is our special guest, actor, director, producer, Jay Reeves. Jay, how's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
It's
How's it
going
going?
good. Thanks for sitting through our news section. Appreciate it.
No, it's great to hear. It was great to hear all of the decorum.
So you have no, you're starring in the new movie, and that's why we got you on. Well, you're gonna be in the new movie. You're gonna be in The Private Eye, thanks to the director Jack Cook for helping setting up this interview and everything. So we had the writer and producer on about a couple episodes ago. So what role do you play in The Private Eye?
Well, I really don't want to spoil it because it's still
Oh, okay,
it's
okay,
pretty
got.
funny. No, but I'll give you a good hit. I play somebody who's very fascinating, and I come in and I lead the story to where it needs to go. The story is so funny, and the characters are so vibrant. I can't wait to for everyone to see it. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but I definitely play something I haven't played before.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Now, I was watching in preparation for interview, I watched Safety, which
Oh
uh
yeah.
which came out a few years ago. And I
Mhm.
gotta say, that was Safety, it was, I was expecting just a standard, sports kind of
Yeah,
biopic,
Disney
but
movie. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, this is a classic Disney movie. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, but you know what? It really hit me, the feels and everything, man. I was just like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it because I'm not usually into sports biopics unless it's Rocky, because Rocky's awesome. But
Right.
it's like I generally enjoyed it. I really did. How did you get involved with that project? I'm just curious.
Well, safety was actually, just something I happened to book. When I got the audition, I just knew that, like, I went in there with the mindset of like, this role is for me. I went in there with so much of that mindset that I even brought a football into the audition. you know, and as I would go through the process, I did it once, and then a few months later, they called me. Maybe almost 6 months later, they called me and they were like, "Hey, we want to see you again." And then I
Mm,
went through a series of auditions against so many actresses and actors, and then I eventually ended up nailing the role, and taking it home.
yeah,
It was really just hard work. It was no there was no handout or anything special. It
yeah,
was,
yeah. No, I
regular
got.
audition process.
Yeah, no, I got you because when I was on IMDb, you say you were a former athlete. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. Oh, that was a part of the audition as well. They made us go outside and actually play football. So in which I hadn't played in a long time. But
Yeah,
I worked on it a little bit and I guess I passed the
yeah,
test.
yeah. Did you play safety football?
No, I actually didn't. I played on the other side of the ball, which is funny because I know all my friends are laughing at that.
Yeah, no, I got you. Is that how you got the role in well, I haven't seen All American, but I saw you had a recurring part on there. Is that how you got did being an
Yeah.
athlete help you get the role in like All American too?
Well, actually, on All American, I play like a villain. I actually don't play football
Oh,
at all.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I play like a neighborhood gangbanger
Oh,
on All
wow.
American.
Okay.
So, All American was pretty much the same thing. I actually went out for the lead role of the football player,
Right.
and I guess I gave him a little bit too much Crenshaw, which was in the description. So they were like, "All right, well, you know what? You should play this guy." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Oh
really?"
my
So I ended
goodness.
up playing a villain on the show, and I'll actually be back on that show this year. So
Oh, really? Oh, that's great,
yeah,
man.
you're first person to hear that too. So
Oh, yeah. Exclusive, man. Exclusive.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
uh,
gotta start binging All American now, man.
yeah,
Now, now you're also into music too?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Just really quickly, my best friend and I, we started this label that has been doing really well for us, called Hood Fantasy. We wanted to, show how the urban like how us being like urban minorities look at the world and what things become fantasy like if you come to our block like
Mm-hmm.
those Mercedes Benzes and all that stuff. So we just like the idea of having those things in places where they don't make sense, so we started this brand, and that's kind of how our parties are, where we bring regular people into really exclusive spots.
Yeah.
where it might not make sense, but it
Yeah.
does.
No,
It
no,
does.
I got you on that. So, in addition to acting, because you're also a producer and a director, I hear you're directing a short, and it's called Deborah's Attic.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so Deborah's Attic was actually came from the writer's mind, my boy Jose Alejandra. He told me his story of what he grew up like, with this mother of his would you know, just torment them. So we wrote this short and we're slated to begin this year. I've been a little bit busier directing videos for artists. I just did
Oh, okay.
a video for an Apple Music artist.
Oh, really?
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
So,
I've
so,
been a
so
little busy. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So you're doing the whole music video director thing?
Well, it's just easier to do. And because of my film experience, I just understand the shots. So, it's with Hood Fantasy, we're actually blowing up these same artists. Like the guy who signed to Apple was one of our artists as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's all makes sense for us to just do the video. We already made the beat and the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more of the place where it comes from. So yeah. Deborah's Attic would be my narrative debut though, my official movie debut.
Oh, okay. Can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit more about the plot of that movie, or is it under wraps for right now?
Yeah, no, definitely. This mother is just she's a functioning drug addict, and then sometimes she'll lock whenever her husband goes away to work, she'll lock the kids up in the attic and almost start to hallucinate that her husband is up there cheating, and the kids should get her husband downstairs. So that's the whole. I guess that's the easiest way to box this psychological thriller. It's pretty deep. I don't even know how that pitch
Yeah.
works.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, that's a very interesting concept for a movie.
Yeah, and it's his real life, his like, it would happen where she would lock them. Well, of course, some of it was dramatized, but this character locks people up in the attic, and yeah, she locks her kids and she just torments them, keeps them in the dark, and then every day as the husband comes home at night, she's passed out from the drugs, and then he just takes the kids, and it's another day of this cycle. So yeah, that the attic almost represents her mind as well. It's really deep.
Okay,
That's
Yeah,
that sounds really interesting. Can't wait to see that. So,
I would love
yeah,
to like pick that apart.
yeah. No, yeah. It's trust me, it's been hard to even put it together. So I'm like, but
let
yeah,
me
it's
ask
great.
you this: we've heard all the controversy about who's being paid, who's not being paid. As an actor who's multi skilled, how do you approach Hollywood? How do you approach? I should say, how do you approach the entertainment industry? Or do you think everyone should have two or three side hustles to be a success, or stick to the one hustle and be a success?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like anything else, to me, at the end of the day, I think Mr. Washington says it best, like it's a job. Acting is a job and it's a glorified job. So just like any person working a regular job, sometimes you need two, sometimes you need one, sometimes you need three. People are put into different positions, people get into contracts that you may have signed before you're at a place or after, there's so many things that come into play. There's markets, like, for example, what, like, if you're going to sell overseas, is this type of movie even going to sell overseas? All these things play into the budget and what you get paid. It's a money game. Like at the end of the day, everyone's putting their money into this pot to return it and then some. So uh, I think it's what works for you. I like doing other things because I just like to do those things. You know, um, we're almost like a startup with Hood Fantasy anyway, so a lot of the money goes right back into it. But acting is what I live off of. So, but yeah, it's to each his own, and also it's budgeting. Like, yeah, of course, it's a dream to work 4 days a week. I mean, 4 days out of the month and make a year's salary. You know, like
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
dream. Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
That's
yeah.
I mean, you also hear the rumors about where certain people claim that movies done by Black actors, actresses do not sell overseas, even though we have seen where it has sold overseas. Um, is that an acceptable premise, or it just depends on what the content is that they're trying to
Yeah,
sell?
I believe it's all about what the content is that they're trying to sell. Because I think any color will sell overseas if it's interesting, right? Like you take something like Squid Games, and Squid Games works anywhere. You know, there's no, there's nobody else in it. There's no other like other colors in it, but it works anywhere. So it really depends what you're selling. Certain genres do better than others. Horror does better than others. So it's really it's hard to say, you know. I believe black folks and people of color can sell overseas. I think we just need to find a way to show the world, adapt the world almost. A lot of the world probably hasn't even seen. You know, you go to those places where they haven't even seen a person of color before.
Right.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like
Oh my
these are
goodness.
things we have to change, and the only way we're gonna do that is by selling overseas.
I mean, the
Mhm.
only reason why I asked that question is because if you go on Netflix, there are a lot of Japanese, Korean, Canadian, African TV shows that are
Mhm.
that go across the board. So when I hear that soundbite or that argument that, well, they don't sell, so Black movies don't sell overseas, I'm like, is that really true? Because I'm looking at Netflix and this is what I have on my list, and I don't see
Mm.
that issue. So I mean, it's one of those things of where I know part of Hollywood is traditional, but this is a new day with streaming and with all the striking and everything. I mean, everyone's taste is coming into play in the
Right.
entertainment business, and for you being the multi-skilled person that you are, where do you see yourself in 5 years in this universe of entertainment?
Oh well. I'll definitely be producing. I feel like producing is something I'm gonna do along with acting for the rest of my life, just because they work hand in hand. Where I plan to do all the huge studio movies and stuff like that, but also when you produce, we can make things like Private Eye and do that by ourselves, you know? So I think producing is where I'm heading and where a lot of Hollywood is heading. Independent work is going to be at an all-time high. I feel like we're what's happening now also is people are finding ways to cheapen the budget and still make crazy return. So I can't wait for that to improve to where Hollywood can get figure out their system and find ways to make money. But I plan to also still be running, hood fantasy, just growth, just massive growth. Same thing, but just bigger. I DJ as well for Hood Fantasy. We throw a local party every Thursday that packs out. So I plan to be doing festivals and all of that.
Okay, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would say in the rap is it rap? I never know how to refer to it, rap or hip hop or
To each his own.
okay.
Mm.
Um, for you, they say that do you ever see rap stars ever playing musical instruments again when they perform, or no?
No, not often.
Okay.
Not often. It's very, very, very few. Because everything's on a computer right now. Like one of my friends is a top producer, but he can play. He can play the keys, but people get shocked when they see him play.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember a conversation I had when Branford Marsalis came, and it was talking about the effect of rap on the fact that you don't see young people, especially in minority communities, reaching for a musical instrument anymore. They just start singing and they start rapping. They or doing spoken word, but they don't do the music anymore. Where originally that's our strength was the music, writing the music, the lyrics, doing it all. Now we have synthesize doing it all, so to speak?
Mhm.
It was just a curiosity since you're in the music biz. Just curiosity
Yeah,
question.
not more so. You more so see I don't know, you so see talent like as artists, rappers who could rap on the spot. Maybe a few. Actually, I won't lie. I've seen a few artists that play, but usually there's not an artist that like they're not doing MTV Unplugged. Like it's just they're making the beat.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jay, let me ask you something real quick. So I know you want to be a producer and everything, but let me ask you, who would be a dream actor to work with? Just curious. Just want to throw that out there. I'm just
That's a
curious.
good question.
No,
That's a
I
good.
love these questions because I'm not gonna lie, it's manifestation because every time I answer one of these questions, I work with them. So you know, and it's whether people know. There's been artists, actors that I've worked with that I've manifested that no one on earth would know because it wasn't recorded. So but for right now, who would I want to work with? That's hard.
Yeah, I know
David
I know there are a
Oyelowo.
lot of great actors, actresses out there. So I'm just curious, who would you want to work? I threw that question at the at Hope, writer producer of the film, and I think he said
Right.
he would want to work at Marvel, on a Black Panther related project. So I'm just curious, like, who would you want to work with?
If Hope gave you that answer, actually, hold on. Like, as in person or company or just like franchise
Well, you know
dream?
what? Yeah, we can do, let's do a franchise
It-
too. It's like, it's just anything. Just dream project. Someone gave you $200 million. It's like, who would you want to work with? You want to work with like Christopher Nolan? You want to work with DC,
Ah,
Marvel, Star Trek, Star
nah.
Wars, whatever. What would you want to do?
It depends on how I'm feeling. But 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 if I had to pick, if you put it like that, there's so many lanes and so many different things you get from each lane. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a few. I
Okay.
would definitely pick the Star Wars realm,
Oh yeah.
or Indiana Jones in that realm. I feel like there could be some cool. It would be cool to have some color in Indiana Jones. Like
Oh yeah. No,
uh,
most definitely. Most
yeah,
definitely.
like
That's
we watched it for a long time now. Can we get a brother in there?
Oh God, yes.
uh, we watched it for a long time. Or what else? What else? Yeah, Star Wars or director. One of my favorites is Ridley Scott. He did
Oh
American
yeah.
Gangster.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
to me, he's doing the new Gladiator.
Yeah,
And to
sure
me,
is.
he just makes every world. He did Troy, I believe, just look crazy. It just looks so real and authentic. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick him.
Okay.
There's no faking it.
Okay. All right. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap it up here. So when can we expect to see The Private Eye?
Yes, it'll be out on February 9th,
All
actually.
right.
February 9th, which will which is coming right up, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know Jack told me it's coming out in the theater near you, so especially if you live in the Cincinnati area.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
but also one correction. Wolfgang Peterson made
Oh.
Troy. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
movies like that. Movies that are real deep and they look like they took a long time to make. I'm
All
gonna be
right.
honest.
All right. No, that's good. That's good. You got any social out there you want to throw out? People can follow you?
Yeah, I'm pretty chill on social, but J Reeves 7
Okay.
is my social on Instagram. You can check us out at Hood Fantasy _. If you're ever in LA, you need somewhere to go, safe, fun, check us out.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. Can't wait to see you in The Private Eye. I can't wait to see all of your upcoming projects, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Well, that's it for today's show, folks. I want to thank Andrea again for all the good chocolate news. Thank you so much, Andrea.
My pleasure.
And I also want to thank our amazing intern, Marissa, for joining us too. Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks. It's been awesome being here.
And remember, folks, you can find more information about today's topics and past podcast episodes at www.thecincinnatiherald.com, the Sesh newsletter, or on our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads. And make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast app. Our podcast is on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Amazon, YouTube, and Google Podcasts. I'm John Alexander Reese.
And I'm Andria Carter.
And have a good day.